Hello, Libra. Welcome to your mid-July soulmate session, because that's what we're calling these. I love readings. Oh, okay. All right. We're going to take that first card. I mean, y'all saw it already, but we just going to put it right there. But anywho, go ahead and tickle my like button if you resonate with this message, because she's kinky and she's into that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? There is no extended to this reading because, I mean, who has time for that? You know what I'm saying? This is your love situation. Like, you just want to know what you want to know. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. We're going to be looking at your person. Well, that's your person. We're going to be looking at you, the connection between the two of you, and an outcome as well as advice. So let's go ahead and jump in looking at you guys, my beautiful Librans. And y'all already saw it. It's the Fool in the reverse. So the thing that is imperative right now, as far as with yourself, whether this is speaking individually or in relation to your person, is making sure that you watch out for, taking careless risks and things. That came out as the outcome card. So I'm going to say this. If you are a Libra Scorpio cusp, you may want to go ahead and watch Scorpio's reading, because that actually came out in the outcome card for Scorpio. But what's imperative for you guys is that you don't end up falling into like taking any kind of risks or any type of carelessness in reference to yourself. So this would fall into things like drinking and driving, or, getting a little saucy after work. You know what I'm saying? And, you're kind of in a place with your person. You know what I'm saying? Don't send any drunk texts. Like, don't do any of those things, Libra. But there's also an element here as well of apathy and not necessarily feeling ready to take a leap per se. So I don't know if this is like a fear of commitment that we're talking about in reference to your person. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at the Fool in reverse, there's like a myriad of different ways you could look at it, but just looking at it in your personhood, there could be a level of emotional absence, like a fear of like taking a leap of faith in reference to your person, or, emotional neglect, things of the sort, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like things are moving too fast, whatever the case, but we'll get clarification on that as we move forward. So the only thing that your friend Marlo says specifically for you guys individually, the thing that I would say for the midpoint of July all the way into the beginning of August, I wouldn't necessarily suggest like, leaping before you look, I wouldn't allow a temporary feeling, like taking actions on a temporary feeling, because I feel that would not necessarily work out in your favor, and getting really clear and grounded on, and that's Aries energy, by the way, but getting very clear and grounded on what it is that you want for yourself in reference to this particular person. So your person's energy. Wow, we have the Eight of Cups. So, of course, we all know this is the energy of walking away, right? And here's the thing, like what this is really feeling like for me, Libra, if I were to be honest, and everyone, oh, Jesus. Oh, my gosh, I just had a card avalanche. Oh, my gosh. Hold on, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Okay. We're going to just move those. Just right. Just okay. Oh, gosh, I did it again. Okay, wait. I'm so glad y'all cannot see over here. This is really bad. I do this every time. Please don't judge me. Knocked over my keyboard. Okay, we don't need the keyboard right now. I am so sorry, Libra. Please pay no mind too. We're just going to pretend none of that happened. Am I going to edit it out? Probably not. But we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, so anyway. But the whole thing that I'm feeling with this, though, is, I don't know, like it feels to me kind of like a fear-based kind of thing. And it reminds me a lot of Scorpio. And so if it's reminding me a lot of Scorpio, it's 9 times out of 10 because either you guys have Scorpio in your chart, or really 10 times out of 10, y'all are cuspers. But in reference to your person, it's like their emotional space is like, oh, I need to disconnect. Now, the reason why there's a need for them, well, I'm not going to say a need for them, but why it's more or less that they're feeling that they need to walk away, or there's some sense of emotional distance between the two of you. Because once again, the thing that I have said with all of these soulmate sessions, which is why I literally came up with a name in Cancer, and I found it hilarious. But this literally feels like soulmate, like hashtag, twin flamey kind of stuff, dude, because so sorry to interrupt you guys while you're listening to the show, but I wanted to tell you guys about our new partnership with BetterHelp. If you haven't heard of them, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat. You can also text them between sessions. If you or someone you know has been considering therapy, get started today with BetterHelp. Now let's get back to the show. Every single one that I've done, and I think you guys are like, what? Like, y'all are number 8, right? It's like everyone I've done, I keep seeing this whole mirroring effect that's happening between everyone. And it's eerie, but it still goes back to the same thing that I say of like a breakdown in intimacy. But I feel like with Libra, this is a little interesting because I don't know if this is something that's like kind of fresh. I don't necessarily feel per se. I mean, if you guys like, if it's fresh, I could see the super clear. If you guys are like in a long-term partnership, I can still see that as well, because this would just be emotional vacancy on your person's behalf. Like they haven't physically gone anywhere, but emotionally they've disconnected. But then it's like, we're looking at, okay, well, why would that happen? Right. And it's, because Libra is caught up in the stuff and the things, but it still feels much like it did for me with Scorpio, where it's like, it's past tense baggage. And it's like with your person, it's like with them, and this is just what I'm intuiting. It's like for your person, it's a history of them of being rejected. So whenever a person distances themselves a little bit or, starts acting a little different for them, it's like, oh, that's my hint, because they're like hypersensitive, right? Like, oh, okay, that's my hint. Like, oh, okay, like I just need to move forward. I just need to move on type of deal, right? And I feel like with Libra, it's like it's self-protection. It's just like, I've been through all of this stuff. I don't want to be hurt again. And it's like, I feel this person is behaving this particular way. So it's like, I'm really not about to trip about it. So it's like, I'm sad, but it's like, I'm still going to move forward. Or if it's in the sense of like this person making you some type of offer, it's like, hey, let's totally be together. And it's just like, you're really not going to want to be together because like, that's what people do. But that's still two sides of one coin. That's still two people, and the word for it literally. And I swear, guys, I've been recommending like the same books over and over again. It's like the consistent theme that I'm seeing, and you guys know, I mean, those of you who aren't new, welcome to all my new subscribers, by the way, child. Look, I have been in the negative with subscribers for like God knows how long, but I have a bunch of new people. So welcome. But my new people wouldn't know this, but like my past people who've been here for some time that are familiar with my soul sessions know that, just this whole premise of how it is that stuff that we've been through past tense like really affects where it is that we are right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even if you put it in the context of like attracting what it is that we are, or our unfinished business and things of the sort, you know what I'm saying? But, or if we were to put like a therapeutic term on it, it's like emotional unavailability. If one is emotionally unavailable, because like what I'm seeing more for my Libras, it's a level of emotional unavailability in the sense that it's a fear of opening up, because, or like a fear of vulnerability even, because it's like, it's a lack thereof of trust for people outside of yourself, right? And with this being an Aries card, if you have Aries in your chart, then those of you who have been following the soul sessions for some time, that's something that we've been talking about a lot for Aries. But you have this person where, oh my gosh, this is becoming a whole thing. This is like anxious attachment and like and like avoidant attachment. Like that's what I would be seeing. So it's like Libra would fall into that realm of like anxious attachment, to where you're hyper vigilant in a sense and hypersensitive, right? To where you're aware of everyone's behavior and how everyone acts. And I was saying that like for your person too, because like I do feel that for them too, but it's like both of you kind of being on the defense, right? So it's like when one person's behavior changes just a little, you see that and you realize that, and you're like, okay, wait, no. All right, I need to protect myself now. But when you stop believing, like I said in Scorpio, when you stop believing that your partner has your best interest at heart, right? that's the moment that the relationship dies. So, and this is the same thing, very similar, not the same, but similar to what I said in Cancer as well. So there's like a deviation here where, you know, Libra's in this stance where it's like whatever leap of faith that should be taken in this particular partnership, it's like surrendering to love, open up your heart fully. I'm not about to do all of that. And the fact that that energy signature is here, it's like your person is like, oh, like you're not opening it up, like, cool. I'm not doing that either. So I don't like, I feel for newer people, there could be like this person not calling you as much, them not being as attentive as they used to be, you know what I'm saying? Which would kind of push you more into this energy. If you guys are like living in the same house, married, whatever, you got kids together, whatever the case, I feel like this person would just seem very emotionally distant, which yet again would be perpetuating the same energy. Now, the energy between the two of you, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, hallelujah, amen. Okay, so with the Wheel of Fortune, that means that the two of you are at a turning point in your partnership. So that means that leading up until this point, you guys have kind of been at the bottom of the wheel. Things haven't been great, right? But I feel that there's something that's going to transpire, something that's going to happen from the midpoint of July into, well, I would say like the whole month span. We'll say like from the 15th of July until the 15th of August. Like, I feel like there's something that's going to happen to where the two of you can see that things can't keep going the way that they've been going up to this point, which says to me that the two of you really care about each other. Because what I feel, like I was saying before, I feel the two of you are like hella triggered. You know what I'm saying? It's like Libra been through some things, or Libra's mindset is some things. Your person been through some things. Their mindset is on some certain things. You know what I'm saying? But it's like there's an opportunity for you guys to turn this around. However, I have to also say that with it being the Fool in the reverse and it being the Eight of Cups on the other side of this, which is the reason why we do our pick a card at the end to speak to your specific situation, the turning point could also be both of you realizing that you don't want to put time, energy, or effort into this anymore. But me saying that is contingent upon where it is that you're at. If you're someone who's coming into the Soulmate Session and within your heart of hearts, you were hoping that clicking on this, that the message that came out was something that would help you save this partnership, then the other side of that message is not for you, right? Because I'm not in the business of like saying like, oh, this is like your person just like bump you, da, 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 da. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're someone who came in, because it's all about your intention, if you came into this reading with the intention of like, I really love this person, how can we work this out? Everything I say prior to that is important. There is a major turning point that's occurring in you guys' partnership. And by the way, if you wanted to know what signs relate to the Wheel of Fortune, it is Scorpio, it is Taurus, it is Aquarius, and it is Leo. So if any of that is relevant, just saying, moving right along. But it's like, if you guys are desiring a turning point, that's very much possible. But saying it in the context of where your connection is, the two of you are at a crossroads. So you guys being at a crossroads, and since I'm talking to you, Libra, it's like you have the choice of whether you want to turn the wheel or not, right? Because I ain't talking to your person. I don't know what sign your person is. I don't know their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if they watch tarot. You know what I'm saying? But speaking to you specifically, the energy between the two of you, you have the opportunity, if you want it, for things to turn in your favor. But again, it goes back to if you want it, right? So the outcome between you guys, oh my gosh, child, look, y'all need to go ahead and watch Scorpio. We have the Devil in the reverse and you guys' outcome. That is freaking beautiful. That is Capricorn energy, by the way. But this, of course, is speaking to a recovery. It's like if there was any toxicity that was occurring in this partnership, it's like this Wheel of Fortune is saying you guys are at the turning point of that. So you guys are kind of coming out of this energy to where, you know, it may have been, I mean, child, just Scorpio's whole reading. Like, I'm just saying, like, even if you don't have it in your chart, you're not a cusper child, just go ahead and watch it. You feel what I'm saying? Because literally, it's like being bound to a person, situation, circumstance, manipulating each other. Cause it's like, you know, both of you are no longer feeling that you have each other's best interests at heart. So it's going to like unscrupulous means or manipulation to try to get your needs met because you're too afraid to open up. and be honest about what it is that you need. But I still have to say Scorpio. I'm sorry, Libra. I didn't mean to call you Scorpio. My bad. This just really feel like Scorpio energy. I'm just saying, moving right along. But on the other side of this, the other way that I can look at this, and this is specifically if like with this 8 of Cups being here, like, and this, once again, this is where we have to be honest with ourselves with intention. Okay. The other group of people, and this is literally speaking from the Devil in the reverse to Wheel of Fortune to the 8 of Cups. Those of you, because I already talked about the people who came in with the intention of, I don't want this to be over. I really love my person. I want to work this out. There's others of you who came into this reading with the intention of, you've already kind of made it up in your mind that your person is like maybe a little narky. And we talked about that in Scorpio too. But it's like, you may feel like your person's a little narky, or, you know, they're just full on toxic, abusive, like verbally abusive, emotionally abusive. Like they're just an ain't shit little motherfucker. Right. And with the 8 of Cups, it's like they just walked away and did not say anything to you, gave you no explanation whatsoever. So y'all are in a separation kind of deal, right? The turning point here in your outcome, only if you came into this particular reading, right? Like you're in the Fool in the reverse energy because you don't know how to move forward because your person suddenly just walked away, right? And like you don't know how to go forward from here. But you already had inklings and like hunches that your person was toxic AF, right? This Devil in the reverse has a different interpretation for you because it means that this Wheel of Fortune is speaking to you leaving a situation that's less than stellar, toxic, and God forbid at the very worst, like literally abusive. So it's like, you know, this would be one of those your rejection is your protection type of things. So it's like this person walking away is actually like, even though I feel that there would be stuff with them while they're walking away because they really want to be chased, but that's not here nor there. It's like them walking away isn't because like, oh, like you're like so toxic and I'm so over it. It's like legit, they're walking away because they want you to follow them. And it's like them walking away with their own like self-imposed whatever the fuck that they're doing. This is giving you an open window to where you've been oppressed. Like your Fool would be in the reverse because for you personally, your wheel has been in the reverse. Ever since you got with this person, you feel like you've been at a disadvantage and stuff just hasn't worked out for you because you weren't aware that you were a part of motherfucking toxicity on some shit. You was like bound and chained, child. You know what I'm saying? Like you were a whole prisoner, addicted to love and things and whatnot or whatever. However, it's like in the case, and this is the thing I say, you guys, like this is where the self-honesty has to come in. It's like there's 2 different groups of Libras that I'm seeing. There's some of you where there's problems in the partnership. And I feel, to be quite honest, because in Scorpio's reading, that wouldn't resonate with my second group of Libras. It's like the first group of Libras where you came here with the intention to where I don't think my person is toxic. I don't think that they're evil, even though sometimes I may consider it a little bit on the side, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's more like people who would get the full picture if you watched Scorpio, right? But it's like my people who came into this, like the intention and the mindset that you're in coming into this, you've come to a place where you realize like, I do love this person and this person literally y'all aren't talking anymore. Or I mean, God forbid if y'all are living in the same house, like y'all are sleeping in different rooms on some stuff. But it's like you already started to feel like, is this person narky? Like, are they like a, you know, got a little psychopathy going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it, or even if they were blatantly like verbally abusive or blatantly controlling, blatantly manipulative type of deal to where they made you feel like a person that you aren't anymore. And it's like the way that they cope with things is by icing you out. It's like they don't return texts. They don't return phone calls. Like it's like how they kind of keep you in this position is by them icing you out. And this is all stuff you would already be aware of. So that's my group 2 people with my Libras, right? So if you came in that mental space, right? And I don't know what the hell I'm gonna title this. So Lord only knows. Spirit gonna have to lead you here, child, because I don't know what the title gonna be. But anyway. But that's literally saying that this person taking a step back is giving you an opportunity to get out of this situation. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the advice in reference to this, oh my gosh, it's the 9 of coins. And this is speaking to both of my groups of Libras. My first group of Libras, those of you where you want this partnership to work, and I was saying like Scorpio is like the other side of the story. You know what I'm saying? I said the same thing to them. I said to Scorpio, if you want your relationship to be better, it's imperative that both people in the connection focus on themselves, right? So with this 9 of coins, that's of course my independent woman, independent man cord and whatnot, or whatever. So it's more or less the advice is for you guys to focus on being your best self. It's like, as opposed to pining over this person or how you could change things, how you could fix things, like how can I fix the relationship? It's like how you fix the relationship is by focusing on being your best self in whatever way that resonates with you, you know? Now, for my other group of Libras, where this person is just like toxic AF. And I'm saying, like, when we talk about this person being toxic AF, that's why I say intention is so important, guys. It's like, if you still want to be with your person, then, I mean, it's possible for your person to be toxic. But I mean, if they've gotten you to the point where, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just like head gone, you know, you're a former shell of who you used to be. Like, that's literally what I'm talking about. Like somebody who's toxic on that level, like not just like petty squabbles, like someone who's legit like abusive in real life. You feel what I'm saying? It's like the advice for you guys is literally, this person walked away, match their energy. You walk away too, because what you're walking into is going to be in your highest good. You know, it's like you're going to be at the top of the wheel, bump whatever it is that's popping off with them, but it's you getting out of a toxic relationship, and it's you stepping into your power and your beauty and your evolution. You feel what I'm saying? So I have to stress that. I'm saying it again. I'm sorry for being repetitive, Libra, but legit, there's 2 very clear groups that I'm seeing. And the only thing I can stress more than anything else is your intention coming into this reading. Like, did you come to this reading because you wanted confirmation that this person is toxic and you're on the fence? And it's like, above anything else, you were just like, am I wrong or are they wrong? Am I the narcissist or are they the narcissist? Right? Or did you come here because, you know, I really love this person and I'm just hoping and praying that we can work this out and that they could come back and I want insight? Depending on whatever mindset you were in prior to you clicking on this video for whatever reason, that's going to give you the answer of which group that you're in, right? But I feel for my group 2 people, even though we're about to do a pick a card, this pick a card isn't necessarily like, well, I'm not even going to say necessarily. I'm saying group 1 and 2 of Libras, but that has nothing to do with card 1 and 2. You pick whatever card 1 through 4 that, you know, speaks to your heart, whatever the first number that comes to you is. But I'm saying for, you know, wherever it is that you fit into what your intention was coming into this reading, you don't have to pick the same card for whichever one you resonate with. You feel what I'm saying? Because I look at these as like clarifiers of this very general message. You feel what I'm saying? But for people who are my group 2 Libras, y'all are going to be Gucci. It's like, this is literally a very clear, your rejection is your protection type of situation. So it's like you guys are stepping into a new season. And the only reason why things that you guys have desired or wanted haven't come to you is because I feel this partnership just really wasn't for you. And it's almost like spirit was holding up your blessings because of you being with this particular person. You feel what I'm saying? But on the other side of this, you know, because, you know, the whole relationship just was toxic. But anywho, but on the other side of this, it's like there's potential for you guys to work it out. However, there's a need for both people to be on board, because I say that a relationship is never all one person's fault. And if ever you're trying to, you know, work on things or make the relationship better, then both people need to admit, okay, I have issues with this. Okay, I have issues with this. And we're making a concerted effort to work on what I'm going through, what you're going through individually. That's our 9 of coins. You're working on it individually to turn your relationship around. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how the partnership can recover. But if your person is like, oh no, only you need to go to therapy because ain't nothing wrong with me, like you need to go, then that makes you in group 2. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to be clear about what type of situation that you're in. So I hope and pray that that makes sense. So go ahead and pick your card 1, 2, 3, or 4, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot, or whatever. So if you pick number 1, we have passion, and saying chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. That would be more of my group 1 people, no pun intended, but that would be more of my group 1 people. The passion needs to be restored in your connection because things might have got a little stale. You know what I'm saying? If you pick number 2, we have talking, interested, conversing more, awaited messages arrive, text, call, email, hoovering. So I feel for my group 2 people, that still literally falls into like my group 1 people that I talked about. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, it's like, if you guys want to work together to work on this, there literally has to be a conversation. So I say to all my people who are in group 2, I feel like if I step back for a little bit, y'all, I feel like my group 1 people, like, y'all are people who are still together. You really love each other. You want to be with each other, but you just kind of hit a rough patch in your relationship, right? That intimacy broke down and there's a need to reignite that. For my group 2 people, there's a need for a conversation to be had because you guys also have gotten into kind of like a stalemate. You know what I'm saying? And like hoovering, I know that that's one of those, what is it? It's like one of those little narky words or whatever. And I feel with this, that's important is like, even if like, I don't feel this in a narcissistic type of tense. Like, let me just say that first and foremost. But it's like, I feel hoovering is more or less like, I left you alone or we're taking a break, but I'm still looking at your social media type of stuff. But I feel above all else, a conversation needs to be had because things are not going to change unless a conversation is had. Like, that's literally what I'm feeling for my group 2 people. Now, if we go to group 3, we have Paradise. I always sang the Daniel Caesar song here. You should totally listen to it. It's called Paradise by Daniel Caesar. You should totally listen to it because it's great. Anyway, it says happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. That still again grows to my group 1 people that I was saying with the reading of my Libras. So I feel 1 through 3, you guys are all in the same place. The whole thing is there's potential for this partnership to work out. It's just that there needs to be communication. There needs to be an understanding. You guys need to get on the same page. And that's pretty much what Scorpio's reading was all about. It's 2 people who need to get on the same page because it's, you know, stuff has just kind of gotten, you know, kind of off kilter because, you know, for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? So I feel even for my group 3 people, it's needing to get back to that place, like of where it is that you guys were in the beginning, like why it is that you fell in love with this person, like why it is that, you know, you're still with this person, is needing to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we're talking about my group 4 people, oh, child, look, we got butterfly. There's Gemini energy, by the way. It says, oh Lord, did I just think I just kicked my camera? It says relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child and growth. Oh my gosh, y'all, look, let me tell you something. Child, look, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to your friend Marlo. Looking at each one of these freaking cards, 1 through 4, majority of these, majority meaning all, would fit into that first dynamic that I saw, like when I was saying Libra group 1, all of y'all would fit into that first dynamic. To be quite honest, there literally just needs to be conversation because there's no doubt in my mind that Libra does not love this person. You feel what I'm saying? But regardless of what it is that you picked, because I do feel like my group 4 people, most definitely, it's like, this is like a challenge that's strengthening you guys' love relationship to where you start dealing with each other on more of an authentic level. It's like, and that goes back to what I said in Scorpio too, because I gave a whole little speech talking about sensory consciousness and higher consciousness and da 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 da. I feel my group 4 people have been relating to their person. I mean, not just you to them, but I mean, you guys to each other, like through sensory consciousness type of thing. And it's a need to like evolve to a higher state of being to relate to each other from a higher place. That's all contingent upon where your person at. You feel what I'm saying? But for everything it is that I'm seeing here, it's like this all speaks to different stages in a partnership, whether they're new or old. And it's a need to get back to the foundation of it. I'm not seeing anything in any of the groups that were picked that's speaking to like, you know, like a person or a connection that's like group 2. But in the event that you resonate with group 2 and you picked any of these, I'm looking at this speaking to future tense and the imperative nature of you guys needing to learn what it is that you learned from this past partnership with this person so that you can apply it for success with your next person. You feel what I'm saying? And I hope that that makes sense, my beautiful humans. But anywho, that has been your soulmate session, Libra. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, I love your face, and I'll see you guys sooner than later, my friends.